Hello and welcome to Update Your Energy practice. We are going to do some breathing. We are going to do some warm-ups, some standing poses, some back bends, and update our energies in case we feel kind of sluggish, or maybe we're using it to just feel good, or using it as our daily yoga practice. Anything that works for you. We'll call it Update Our Energies because after this practice, my intention is that we will feel a little bit more uplifted and made a little bit more clear in our minds. Maybe we'll have some great new ideas that we'd like to do, or anything in that line, whatever speaks to you today. So take a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a blanket, and maybe you will too. Maybe you'll sit on a block or bolster or something that feels comfortable. We'll start with 30 fire breaths, where we take our arms out and just do a big extension out from the lungs, from the heart, and fold your forefingers in, and we'll have our thumbs up, and we'll just get this nice big cleaning stretch from the lungs, from the heart, from the chest. And then we'll close our mouth and we'll inhale and exhale through the nose, and then we'll start to pump the breath 30 times through the nose and emphasize on the exhale. And that will definitely lift some stagnant energy off. We'll do it one round. First, we'll take a nice, comfortable inhale and exhale. Inhale halfway and start to pump your breath through the nose. Exhale all the air out. Take your thumbs up above your head. Find your thumbs, help out with your gaze. Reach from your hips to your shoulders, to your wrists. And then exhale, take it all the way back down and roll the shoulders back. And we'll do it a few more times. Just getting a nice few shoulder rolls, shaking it out, updating the shoulders. And then we'll take right arm down, left arm up and over, side crescent stretch. And second side, left arm down, right arm up and over. And again, we'll do one more time each side. Inhale, up and over, and inhale and exhale. And come back with your arms to the center. Gentle stretch with your left hand to your right knee. Twist and turn. And switch second side, arms out. And then right arm to your left knee. Twist and turn. And gently come to the center and make your way up to all fours, please. We'll take the blanket or our block to the side for maybe using a little bit later if we needed to. For now, let's come to all fours and arch the spine up to the sky, taking it all the way up and expanding the back body, stretching into the neck, into the spaces between the shoulder blades, updating each and every vertebrae with a nice big long hold into our big arched spine. And then we'll inhale and come to neutral spine. Give ourselves a couple of shoulder push-ups. We'll do it 5 times. Bringing the upper arm bones in, bringing them back out, and in and back out. And we'll do 2 more times and get that nice space between the shoulder blades and stretching it out. Last one. And then we'll come back down and hug the upper arm bones in, pull the belly in, and then stretch the right leg behind you and do a little bit back and forth right here, over and back, the toes over, front the toes, back the toes. And one more time. And then switch sides, second side, take the left leg out, and we'll just come into the back of the leg and holding the core at the same time. Inhale and exhale. and then gently from here, take yourself into tabletop, and then knees to the back. So now there's a little tug in the belly, and there's some nice awareness into the front of the spine, and there's some good awareness into holding the center line and flushing the muscles all the way in, hugging them in and feeling nice and connected into the bones. Tuck the toes under and take your downward facing dog. Pedal into the right heel and into the left heel, and keep holding this for a few more breaths. We'll hold and do like 3 more nice breaths right here, where we press the palms down and lift them up at the same time. And then we'll also from there bring the rib cage together and send the energy down into the legs and down into the heels. So yes, we're pressing the knuckles down, the fingertips down, and there's a nice space into the palm of the hand, and finding our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. From here, take your feet to your hands, please. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold. Second toe forward, heels back, and take the hands to the hips, elbows to sky. Come all the way up to standing and release the hands. Inhale, arms up to the sky, and exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana, forward fold, and inhale, long spine. Look up between the eyebrows. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, step back to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Find your plank, lower your hips, lift the ribs, take the knees down, take the belly down. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, maybe swaying your cobra a little bit, waking up the body, updating the energies in the side, in the front, in the back, and then exhale, bring it back down, push back, 1 breath in child's pose, and making your way from there to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pull the belly button in and send the energy down into the legs, flushing the legs. We'll stay 1 more breath right here. Inhale and exhale. Come up onto the toes. Bend the knees, look between the hands, engage your core, and step or hop to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Press the hands to the hips, elbows to sky, and root to rise. Back up to standing, release the hands, and we inhale, arms up to the sky. 1 more Surya Namaskar. We have 2 more Surya Namaskars. Inhale, long spine, elongate each and every vertebrae, organize them and update their energies. And then exhale, place the hands to the mat, step to plank pose. We bring the shoulders over the wrists, sink the hips, pull the ribs in, come up high into the toes. We'll hold 1 more breath right here, and then knees to the mat, and gently come all the way back down. Inhale into your cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, and exhale, take it back down. 1 breath in child's pose, a nice big wave of just releasing any stagnant energies. Come back to tabletop and to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. 1 more breath here. Come up onto the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, take a step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold top of the head towards the mat. Take the hands to the hips, root your feet, come to standing, and release the hands. We'll do 1 more Surya Namaskar to really align the energies and feeling more like our own selves, our own body, finding ourselves at home in our body, placing the hands to the mat, step back to your plank pose, shoulders and wrists are stacked. Pull from your knees up through the quads, sink the hips slightly and lift the ribs all at the same time, and then come knees to the mat, all the way down. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. I like to widen my hands slightly. I like to come up on the fingertips, bend the elbows and the shoulder blades down on the back, and lengthen the legs away from the center. And then exhale, bring it back down, hands by the shoulders, and sit back down onto the heels for 1 nice big wave on the spine. And then tabletop and downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll stay 3 breaths into our down dog. We press the knuckles down and lift the upper arm bones and make sure that we have that nice opening that we talked about in the previous video when we walked our way into down dog, and we have the nice lift into the center of the palm into the Hasta Bandha in each and every down dog. Come up onto the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, take your step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold. Take your hands to your hips, press the feet, inhale, come all the way back up to standing and release the hands. And we'll take a stand in Tadasana, feet together, palms open, roll the shoulders up and back, take the ears back, and just do a receiving of energies right here. Whatever we just moved and stirred up and out, we're just asking for any new updates that is around us, any new energies that can help us to update into a new version of ourselves. We'll stay here for one more breath. And exhale, grounding into the bones. And taking the hands to the hips, open your eyes. And if you are in the front of the mat, however you are, let's just open the legs into Prasarita Padottanasana, feet wide apart pose. Let's take the feet a little bit closer together, hands to the hips. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, hinge and fold. From here, take your right hand to your left shin and your left hand to your right shin. So give yourself a nice big kind of tug here. So the shins comes in and there's a nice opening for the lower back, shins in, thighs out. New alignment in for the legs, new energies in for the legs. One more breath and then release, and we'll switch second side. Take your right hand to your left shin and your right hand. Switch sides, right to left and left to right. They're just, the arms just switch, so one is above and one is below. So we get like a nice even changed up in between. One more breath right here. And gently release the hands. Take the hands to the mat and we'll come back to our shoulder push-ups. We did them earlier. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do 2 more. Make it 5, make it even from the very beginning. Last one, hollow the upper arm bones in and pull the belly button into the midline and take the toes out and the heels in. And then we're going to sit down and take the hands to the knees and change the energies into the shoulders and into the spine by taking the right shoulder into the center and the left to the back. Giving yourselves a nice big push into that right knee. Adductors, and we're holding against at the same time. And gently up and over. Second side, take your left shoulder into the center. It's not necessarily disengaging and dropping down. It is just giving like a nice big strong push into that left leg and open up into the adductors and also open up into the whole side body. And then gently come back to the center, and then we'll take our arms out and we'll come back to our fire breath. Bring your 4 fingers in, your thumbs out, and we'll sit nice and deep and really just flush any stagnant energies. We'll take another round of 30 fire breaths. So we'll take an inhale through the nose, and then we'll take an exhale, and then we inhale halfway, and then we'll pump through the nose in the lower belly. Inhale. And exhale, inhale halfway, and here we go. And thumbs up, thumbs touching, sit a little deeper. Get a nice awareness into the legs, into the stance, more energy for grounding, and then arms down to the side and straighten the legs, turn the toes in, take the hands behind, interlace, roll the shoulders up and back, take the ears back and hinge and fold, top of the head towards the mat, and
Take the arms up and over. Prasarita Padottanasana C. Updating into the shoulders, into the spine. Inhale and exhale. And exhale, hands to the sacrum and hands all the way down to the mat. We'll continue on with the shoulder opener a little bit more with the peace fingers around the big toes. And then from there, elbows out to the side and top of the head towards the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Press the mounds of the big toes down and lift up onto the big toes. At the same time, and get that nice traction and awakening into the whole back side of the body. One more breath right here. Hamstrings, calves, lower back, middle, upper, and gently extend the arms, hands to the mat. Take yourself to the front of your mat and step back, downward facing dog. You can stay in down dog, you can take a child's pose, or there might be a vinyasa with your shoulders and wrists stacked. Come to chaturanga, roll over your toes, inhale to up dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot between the hands, take your left knee down to the mat, hands to the inside of your right foot. You can even turn that right foot out a little bit and come down onto your forearms. You might use a block. Forearms are being flushed down, and at the same time we are just hugging into that front side of the body. We'll stay for one more breath right here, and then hands to the mat. Take your left hand out to the side of the mat and the right arm comes up for low lunge quad stretch or low lunge Anjasana twist. The right hand can come and take the left foot. Inhale and exhale, lifting, coming forward, shoulder blades down on the back, pressing the foot and the hand into each other. And exhale, release, arm up, and take your hands down to the mat. Lift your back knee, step back, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing into each and every part that we have touched so far in the yoga practice. Come forward to plank pose. Either you take a vinyasa or maybe you take a child's pose. Take your favorite pick. Inhale, shake off any stagnation. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. And then step your left foot between the hands. Take your right knee down to the mat. And maybe we'll shimmy the left foot out a little bit to the side. Quad stretch, adductors, forearms to a block or forearms to mat, palms together. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself a little pause right here. And hands to the mat and the right hand out to the side. Left arm up to the sky, shoulder blades down on the back. And take your left hand to your right foot if it's available for quad stretch. Shoulder blades down on the back, lift the heart, lift the chest. Inhale and exhale. One more breath right here. And exhale, take it back down and hands to the mat. Step back, lift your right leg, step back to plank pose. Maybe there is another vinyasa, maybe you stay in your plank. Take your favorite pick, inhale and exhale to update and clean and clear your energies. The down dog should feel a little easier, should feel nice and open. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, and come down onto your knees and come to tabletop. From here, we're gonna come to the forearms and come to forearm plank and a forearm downward facing dog. So we have our elbows underneath the shoulders. The palms are together, prayer style. So knuckles are together, fingers are together, just like if you were to have your hands in namaste, right? So no bent fingers or no gap between your wrists. We'll bring them all the way together. Elbows and shoulders are stacked, palms together. Bring the belly button in. Come to your half down dog. and enjoy being right here. And then we'll give ourselves another 5 shoulder flosses right here, or shoulder push-ups. And then I think our shoulders have been updated with some nice new fresh energy. So we'll do one more right here, and then we'll take it all the way back down. And then we'll add on a third and last round of the FireBreath, and then we'll start working our way in to a back bend of our choice. We walk the knees back and then come to forearm plank. The knees can be down or the knees can be lifted. You choose what works for you, and then we'll take one inhale, one exhale through the nose, and then we'll inhale halfway. So here we go. We'll take our inhale and exhale, and then we inhale halfway and pump the breath 30 times through the nose. Empty all the breath out and take the knees down. Take a child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. And come to your seat. Take your thumb and your pinky and give yourself a nice big hold with your thumb onto your floating ribs and your pinky onto the top of the hips. You can sit down, you can even tuck the toes under and get a toe stretch at the same time, and a whole plantar foot side stretch. So take your hands, your fingers, your Hawaii mudra, and putting it right. So you're pushing your rib cage up and in, and your abdominals are holding against, and then you push your pinkies down onto the top of your hip bones, and there should be a nice engagement in towards your entire abdominal region. Inhale and exhale right here. Nice. We give ourselves a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale. And there should be a nice hugging into the whole lower back and some good stability. We'll do one more breath right here. And then exhale, releasing the hands. And the next pose is either maybe you have a headstand in your practice, maybe you have a preparation for headstand, or maybe you want to take a forearm balance. We have done a few versions to get in there. So we'll start with taking the hands behind us and tuck the toes under and roll the shoulders up and back and kind of do step one and take bunny pose. Bunny pose with a cat. Take the top of the head towards the mat, and then from there, take your arms, either they stay on your sacrum, roll the shoulders up, or your hands comes up towards the sky, and you can bring your rib cage all the way in and stay right here. Or you can take your hands down to the sacrum. You can frame your head, forearms down, interlace the hands and come up and walk your feet in and find your way into your Shirshasana headstand to get some good shift in perspective, to get some good shift into weight bearing, and to get a really nice shifting of energies. So either you have your head down in bunny pose, or maybe you have a half a down dog with forearms down, any of those versions. Anything that shifts your energies, shake things up a little bit, and we'll stay here for another 3 breaths, whichever version that you're in. We inhale and exhale. And we'll stay another breath. And then gently holding against in the abdominals that we were kind of tapping into when we held our thumb and our pinky. We'll use that and then lower the legs down from there and take our child's pose. So whatever version you had, let's come to child's pose. Offer out anything from the heart center that we kind of stirred up, that we shifted. We'll offer it out through the arms, which is an extension of the heart and the lungs, and through the palms. And we'll stay here, another breath. Inhale and exhale. And slowly coming up onto all fours. And you can take your yoga block, or you can take your roller if that maybe you have stacked around. I usually always use the blocks, but today I thought let's use the roller to roll the spine free of any stagnation and bring some more updated energies available to go into each and every vertebrae with intention. We either lay on a block right below the shoulder blades, or we take our roller and we'll place it down by the sacrum and just kind of start right down at the tailbone and moving it around a little bit, and then we'll work our way up to the lower back area, or we lay on the block and enjoy the palms out to the side with a nice heart opener, which still really gets each and every vertebrae as well. And you might move your roller, if you have one, a little bit further up to the middle back, and you might take it even a little bit further up. I like to take my hands by the head, coming into that thoracic, and maybe even taking the head up and over and sinking your seat down and getting a nice upper back supported fish pose bend version. Or just keep on rolling into any spaces along the spine where you feel like you need a roll. And then we'll take it up to the neck, and we'll just have a good time. Who knows, you might even pause me and pause the class and keep rolling a little bit. But for now, we can take that roller to the side and come with the block, please. So now bring in your yoga block, and if you don't have a yoga block, just grab a thick pillow or something like that. And we'll take the block underneath the sacrum. I'm going to take it midway, either take it the flat or the midway. You choose what works, and maybe this is your back bend of updating your energies for today. Sometimes I like to instruct you to take the hands around the yoga mat so that we can open the shoulders, like externally open them, so that the heart and the lungs gets a little bit more of an opening rather than have the shoulders rolled in. So press the head, roll the shoulders up and out. So there should be a lift in the abdominals, there should be a lift into the whole chest, and maybe your legs comes forward for a supported back bend, supported hip flexor and quad tendons, and probably all the way down into the quads and mainly into the whole lower abdominal region. So we'll just clean and clear and update the energies for the front body for a few breaths. And then we hang out here. It feels good, and maybe we'll stay here. Maybe you decide to take the block away and come into full Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is arms over the head, the sacrum is down, or you might still be on your block. Take the hands by the shoulders. We make sure that we take the pose that is the most energy updated version for us. Pinky out to the edge of the mat, second finger is pointing down towards the toes, and the thumb is in towards the head. Press the palms, pull the belly button in, come up to the top of the head, and maybe we'll stay here. Pull the arms, upper arm bones in, those shoulder flosses we did, and move on to the top of the head, and then maybe making your way up into your back bend of the day, Urdhva Dhanurasana, or maybe you're staying down on your block. You might walk your toes in a little bit. I like to come up on my toes to get the hips lifted and to get the bend into the upper back a little bit more. So it's like a full update of the whole spine, front, side, and back. Inhale and exhale, and then we'll walk the feet out, bend the elbows, and come back down. It's like a reverse shoulder push-up. Take the hands onto the base of your femurs and your thigh bones. Sacrum is down. There's a slight lift in the lower back. And we get to press into the femurs and stretching into the lower back and bringing the lower back into harmony, making sure the energies in the lower back is in a good place. One more breath, and then exhale, and we'll bring the feet all the way together and take your right ankle over your left knee, and making sure that we're updating our hip energies and all that it helps us to stay grounded and to stay present in our body. Palms down, left foot down, right ankle over the left knee, and we're just going to lift up and down. So the left leg is all active and the right leg is passive. And then we lift up and down and we get some good updates into the sacral region and into the lower back. And we'll do another 2 here. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll take it all the way back down and switch to the second side. Take your left ankle over your right knee. Your right foot is down, nice and flat. Adjust so it feels comfortable to lift your right hip up and down, and increasing mobility in the hip, increasing stability, and also increasing flexibility into the left SI joint, lower back area, sacral region. We'll do another 2 right here, pressing up and releasing down, and 1 more. And then we'll take it all the way back down. Take the feet on each side of the mat. Take the arms out to windshield wipe your knees side to side. Inhale and exhale. And a few more times. We'll do 2 more each side. Knee side to side to side. And 1 more right here. And then take the knees into the chest and hug everything in towards the center. Happy baby pose. Arms inside the legs, hands outside the feet. And then from there, the knees comes towards the shoulders. And we'll see if we can take the sacrum down to the mat and elongate into the lower back. Press the side of the pinky toe into the hands, and we inhale and exhale right here. See if we can get the sacral plate down towards the mat, and see if we can get some good lumbar curve in the lower back and some good updated energies into the whole lower back area. And that transfers all the way through the whole spinal column up to our mind, raises our endorphins and updates all our energies. And exhale, bring your legs together, come up to a comfortable seat, straightening your legs forward. We'll come to Paschimottanasana, arms up to the sky, bring the rib cage in, and then from here we'll exhale and hinge and fold, and the hands can certainly be anywhere. We might be sitting, they might be over to the knees, towards the shins or ankles. Maybe we'll take the hands on the side of the feet. Inhale, one nice long elongation for the spine, and exhale, hinge and fold. Top of the head towards the front of the feet, the nose towards the knees, and we pull the elbows out to the side and shoulders away from the ears, and we pull the belly button in and really get a nice big extension on the spine, on the back of the legs. Inhale and exhale. And one more breath right here to close our practice. And gently make your way up to a comfortable seat, and we'll take a few moments to sit together to let all of the energy layers find its right and whole place in our body, and making sure that we are kind of settle down back into our body. Sometimes with yoga practices, things get stirred up and it starts to buzz around us.
So then it's always nice to take a few comfortable seats. If it's buzzing too much, if you released a lot of energies and maybe a whole bunch of new ones popped in and you're like, ooh, the updating layers is kind of buzzing around a little bit, then by all means, lay down onto your back. Yeah, if you wanted to. I'm going to put my shirt on because I get a little cold when I sit. So get a comfortable seat or lay flat on your back and take your thumb and index together for grounding. Bring your elbows back so your shoulder and your elbows are stacked. Bring your ears back. And we'll come to 7 rounds of ocean breath, ujjayi breaths, or 7 rounds of just nice calm breathing. One breath for each of our energy centers, from the seat to the top of the head. We'll do 2 more rounds and noticing how everything calms down and feels updated and even. And gently just sitting, coming back to natural breath, and letting all the energy updates take place that needs to take place just by sitting for another 3 breaths. And gently take your hands to your heart. And if you would like to join me in offering out peace to everyone, everywhere, and peace to our heart, peace to our mind, peace to our body with Lokah, Samastah, Sukhino, Bhavantu, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The text should come underneath here somewhere. And we'll take any extra energy that we expanded that we don't need, because maybe we updated so much so we all have just brand new energies for ourselves, and then we'll take anything extra that is still really great of use. Maybe somebody else could use it. So palms together and Lokah, Samastah, Sukhino, Bhavantu, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. If you'd like to join, take a comfortable inhale. Lokah, Samastah, Sukhino, Bhavantu, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining me for this updating energy practice, and I hope you feel a difference. I sure do. And this one can certainly be done over and over and over again anytime that we feel like we need to update our energies. But do look for new videos. They should come up here somewhere in the corners. And also hit subscribe to my channel to get notifications of new videos. And I very much appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Namaste.